It's interesting, isn't it, with families, how you basically make sure that you alienate them, anger them, and more importantly, make them very frustrated at your mere presence. We've clearly found out over the last few years exactly how much Meghan and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, were not necessarily natural bedfellows, as the saying goes. I would suggest that Catherine herself tried incredibly hard. People might say you're being biased, but you only have to watch the body language, literally at things like Wimbledon, where while she was taking the lead, one might suggest that Meghan should have been a little bit more contrite and perhaps shown a little bit more friendliness. As we found out later on, when Meghan turned up at Wimbledon herself, she went potty when an innocent bystander was trying to take a picture, not of her, of her actual friend, a former BBC presenter, who literally went public and said she couldn't believe she was hoofed off. This is the Meghan, of course, that we didn't know or indeed see, but this is the Meghan that Catherine had to secretly put up with. Now, what's interesting here is that despite being requested on numerous occasions, by Catherine, by her team, and more importantly, those around her, Meghan insisted on calling literally Catherine Kate, knowing full well that this wasn't naturally the new protocol and the fact that publicly she now needed to be known as Catherine. Nothing wrong in that, you can understand. This is our future queen. But Meghan certainly wasn't going to be adhering to that. The other point, which was picked up very astutely by the Prince of Wales, Prince William, was also this. Whenever Meghan was asked about, Her Majesty the Queen, she would sort of flibly describe Her Majesty the Queen as Harry's granny or Harry's grandmother, not necessarily given the reverence that should be given to a monarch, particularly after 70 years on the throne. So while people are going back and forth and saying exactly how cruel, of course, Catherine was to Meghan, you've got to understand, and I see it from both sides, that clearly these two individuals came from far too different places to ever meet in the middle. But when you think about it, you're a guest in someone's house, you're a guest in someone's country. It wouldn't be too difficult, would it, to adhere to simple requests like, please don't call me Kate in public. Of course, as I said, she ignored that, and that was for other people to hear. She didn't like walking behind Catherine. She didn't understand, for instance, why they couldn't walk unified together, two sisters striding out against the world, all about empowerment, a message that Meghan likes to reiterate time and time again. So while many people are literally looking to one side of it and saying, well, how easy was it for Meghan inside the British monarchy? Let me tell you, it was none too easy for Catherine and the Prince of Wales, Prince William either, who tried their very best to make sure that Meghan, her mother, and of course Prince Harry felt very included. Seemingly though, this wasn't enough for Meghan and Doria. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.